Армения – это традиционная патриархальная страна. Здесь нельзя открыто встречаться до свадьбы, нельзя заниматься сексом до свадьбы и нельзя даже говорить о сексе и даже в контексте образования. Все это считается крайне неприличным, все это считается как бы немного too much. К счастью, этим правилам следуют не все. Я поговорила с Терезой, блогеркой, которая ведет очень популярный блог о сексуальном образовании на армянском языке.
I decided to just speak out about this, but also because when we were listening to some sex podcasts and stuff, like most of the information, I was like, what? Like, what is this? Like, how, like, what are they talking about? So I was Googling in Armenian. There was zero information, like zero. Either there was something like translated from English, but like, you know, Google translation, you don't understand anything. It just doesn't make sense. Or it was in Armenian, but like super, there's terminology and you just don't understand anything. So I started like exploring more and more because I speak English and I speak Russian. So like I had a lot of resources and I just tried to explain the same information in Armenian in an easy and like nice way.
В основном на Терезу подписываются девушки, их около 80%, примерно 20% парни, но есть и такие пользователи, которые приходят, читают, смотрят, но не подписываются.
It's because of the name, because it's called Sex Blog. So what if my family sees that I'm following this blog? They will think that I'm actually having a sexual life, or maybe I'm into this kind of stuff and I'm not virgin anymore and stuff like that. So in Armenia, I feel like a lot of people just don't want to, they are not open to any kind of information because like, oh, if my grandparents didn't have it and they survived, why do I need that? But also there is a misconception about sex education. The average Armenian who doesn't speak any other languages, they just don't have any resource to get this information. And I think majority of people, they know nothing, but they try. I'm getting the messages. I know people from 13, 14 years old, they having sex. They have no idea about contraception. They have no idea about pregnancy. They having sex. So why not to just give this information to them? So anyway, they're gonna do this one day. So they will know like what is condom, like how people get pregnant, what to do if you have some problems. If I tell them that there are STDs or STIs or there is this condom, they just kind of like, oh, so they talked about sex, let me just go and have sex. Like that's the opposite actually. If you give sex education to people, they're less likely to start their sex life earlier because they know that there are risks, and if you know there are risks, you just don't really feel like going and taking them. But if you think that you're not gonna get pregnant, there is no STI, like everything is cool, then you're just gonna run and just have sex with random person.
Для многих армяноговорящих ребят блог Терезы – это основной источник знания о сексе на армянском языке. Отвечая на вопросы девушек о менструальном цикле, Тереза даже написала об этом книгу.
So I was getting a lot of questions about like how people get pregnant and about period, like about menstrual cycle. Like people had no clue what the blood is about, like why is it coming? They didn't even know the proper name. So I was like answering and making like a lot of posts. And then I decided to maybe write like ebook about menstrual cycle. And even we post some stories from girls who got their first period. They didn't know what it is. Like parents didn't talk about this with them. It's a digital one. We didn't print it, to be honest, because I'm not sure it's gonna, like people gonna feel okay to go to a bookstore and just take this book because it's really taboo. And like this with digital, just texting me and getting it, it's easier for them and, you know, I guess better until we come to this point where people don't feel shy to buy a book about their own body.
Долгое время Тереза вела блог анонимно, потому что боялась реакции родителей и друзей. Но со временем, чувствуя поддержку от подписчиков, она решила показать свое лицо и стала примером для многих девушек.
I get a lot of hate because I don't put on makeup. It's very ridiculous, but I do get hate because, oh my God, Teresa, you are a blogger. Why you don't put on makeup? But because I don't do that, just people kind of see me that like, oh, she's a blogger, she has 60,000 followers and she's not ashamed to just show her face the way it is. So maybe I also shouldn't be ashamed to just go to like some store and put zero makeup on my face. So I get a lot of messages about this, and also about relationship, that they either stop their toxic relationship or they build like healthy one. Yeah. So, and also I noticed that people started to use like normal, like the terminology. They can now name what body parts are. They still don't differentiate like vulva from vagina and stuff like that, but I mean, we will get there. Yeah.